this matchup.
I saw Blake getting up in the camera, and I could have just gave him a thumbs up as he came back here. Be like, yeah, you're good now. But instead, I chose to make it awkward by, like, as they opened the door, I was walking towards it like I was going to open it. We both just stared at each other with a goofy face. But speaking of things being ready, it is now time for the first match of Losers Finals. Blank finally pulling out the Pyra Mythra. Reason why? This is the only character that it gets the W's against Blitz on. And for a long time, Blitz couldn't win at all against it.
Yeah, I mean, this character can be so suffocating, right? Like, her frame data, her speed, and then her ability to switch into Pyra and just confirm those kills is something that can be really scary because Mega Man wants to fight with you in that mid-range, but Aegis is able to just close that space so efficiently.
Yeah, and also, like, just the annoyance of getting through Pyra at high percents is really difficult because most of the time Mega Man can kind of, survive for a good while with that weight. But when everything you do is outspaced by just the tipper range of that sword and it can still kill you, your lemon pressure means nothing, your saw blade pressure means nothing, and then you just die.
Yep. And as what we just saw as well as another level to that matchup is that when you leaf shield on shield, right, get that shield pressure, Aegis is one of the only characters who can deal with it because she can foresight out of it and then punish you for absolute free. We saw it there. Now, though, both these players scrapping Blank, using a switch, getting some extra invuln frames, getting back down to the ground, and finding stage control. But with Pyra being smaller, it just means Blitz
It's
has
very
more
funny
movement.
just watching as, like, Blank walks up and takes, like, the one single pellet shot. It's just like, okay. Like, it's like a lot of times people kind of freak out when they get hit by it, but there's that spacing we were talking about, that spaced F-tilt, the short hop, and like, there's nothing that Mega Man could do safely right there to challenge that back air range. You have to walk up, dash cancel, initial dash shield, hope you didn't get hit in your initial dash, then go for a hit.
Blank's movement there, that delay, forcing the panic roll out from Blitz and then punishing it and off that metal blade was so smart. Now though, catching Blitz's overextension and reversing the corner situation, not quite finding the stock, and now just trying to close it out with Pyra. But we're almost 2.5 minutes into this game, and we're just seeing the first.
You're not wrong on that. I was actually starting to pay attention to that too. It's like they were. The fact that we went that long without a stock loss, no spike from Blitz, no aerial hit. That goes to show, A, Blitz is giving a lot of respect to Pyra when you need to, but also, B, Blitz can't get in due to that same factor. So there's no way to force those edge guards. That was a very well-timed late hit parry on that up smash. That's a very weird move to properly parry.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Blank's movement, too, right? He's been playing so defensive. He's been playing very... I don't want to say slow for Pyra, but he's been pushing less buttons, really just abusing the threat of movement. Finally, Blitz managing to get on the board, or racked up so much damage, but closed it out with a spike that would have done it at 80%.
There's
and
no way
on the leaf shield again.
There's no way that we go to time, right? Like, this is stock 2 and 4 minutes. I don't think that these two will do it, but we're approaching that potential future here.
I think it depends, right? I think if Blank closes this one out before the 2:45 mark, I don't think we're going to go to time. But I think if we get through another minute without another stock being taken, I think it's a real possibility.
Oh, well, the big punish there with that forward smash. On there, you talked about the leaf shield earlier. Also, really good on the lingering hit of that dash attack to get that foresight. And Blank catches him with the down air, doesn't get the follow-up, but he had the frame trap too far away with the down tilt, though.
Yeah, and I mean, he still had that ability, but he went to get it, but he opted for the full hop instead of the short hop. If he went for the short hop there, he would have caught Mega Man because of how Blitz was DIing. And good stuff from Blitz, though, mixing it up, now trying to find his way out of the corner, managing to do so, just resetting to neutral. And AJ, now we're nearing 50 seconds, right? Since that was taken, Blitz is managing to hold on to this, claw this back, and
I feel like watching Blitz sometimes in this matchup is like watching a mouse try to navigate traps. It's just every single thing he does has to be involved with like a proper scurry to avoid the very big hit. There's said big hit finally on the anti-air.
Yeah, no, doing it, and I was saying earlier, actually, that Mega Man feels sometimes like a gnat flying around you that you're trying to swat.
Yeah,
because he just runs around you, pelleting, doing all this chip damage, looking for these openings, but really he's abusing movement more than anything. Blank, speaking of movement, though, just reading Blitz's DI over and over.
That was like 3 times in a row. First it was off the tech chase down tilt, and then following up on him going to the right. Oh, that's a jab block, though. That's a guaranteed KO. Only 49%. And yeah, I was mentally thinking, funny enough, as you said that, when I saw the fully charged forward smash earlier, it's like, it's been a while since I just went, like, anytime I see that.
Mega Man's a Shoto.
He's an actual Shoto, though. That one actually isn't even capped. He gets the Shoryuken and a Hadouken in his games. This is real.
And he has the Tatsu. He has the side B dash attack.
Dash attack is
Yeah, I mean, he's got...
Right now, he's trying to not die.
Give Mega Man auto turnaround when?
No, oh my God, please no. Just pellet both sides. Miss me with that. But right now, we are in that falling up air into another up air range. I think we just fell out of down tilt up air ranges too, which is why we're seeing this switch off to Pyra, just to try to force a ledge trap.
Honestly, if I'm Blank here, I'm really surprised that we're starting to see Blank approach Blitz here, finding the down smash, but he has such a large percent lead with only 1:20 left on the clock. He could be playing for time, and this over-aggression is allowing Blitz to find shift damage and
I think he's
bring himself back into it.
I think he's not committed out of the idea of going to time at this point now. I think he just wants to get the job done, but that plays into the hand of Mega Man, and that will be a punish on the whiff of the up B in front of him. Prominence Revolt not breaking shield off, or excuse me, not letting go of his shield at the last second. That was one of the few mistakes he made, and a lot of that came from what you were just talking about, him actually approaching a bit more with a huge lead.
The cardinal sin of Ultimate is approaching your opponent with the lead when you have the lead. Blank committing it there and losing a game that he really, it felt like he had pretty firm control of. He was reading Blitz over and over and over, racking up that damage, but
absolutely in the driver's seat, and then at the last second got punted out of that seat by Blitz.
Keep your eyes on the road, or else you're going to get in a car accident, and you might end up like Mega Man with some metal in your skull.
Actually, facts, and also a bit dark, but true.
Oh, I was talking about like after surgery, like they put a plate.
I know, but too real.
Listen, listen.
You know what else is too real? The sound of the crumbling of that Taco Bell over there. That's making me very hungry. And speaking of which, said Taco Bell, Blitz definitely has a Baja Blast around him somewhere.
I believe.
That is the full refuel, and so far, the lead's still slightly in Blank's favor. This time, though, it looks like Blitz is looking a little more comfortable on approach, which is a very key factor that is necessary, because look at that. He's finding a lot of nice calls on when he wants to short hop now.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Blank was playing so defensively movement-wise that first game, but now after that last stock, even though it didn't work, he's kind of picked up where he left off and is holding forward a lot more, playing a lot more aggressive, and it plays, as you said, last game, right? It plays right into Mega Man's hand.
Wow, and he even died to that. I think that was I don't think it was assisted DI necessarily going to the right, but I think it was a no DI. Like, yeah, I don't think he should have died to that.
I didn't see a DI line, so it didn't look like there was anything coming out. Blitz trying to catch something
that set up so much.
With that Leaf Shield, not able to fight too much. It's so good.
Like, even though you only got 10%, you're locked in place.
Yep.
And then you're more than likely going to keep holding shield when it's done, which is going to equal a free grab 9 times out of 10.
And if you're mashing, too, it's going to buffer an option when you fall out of it, and then Mega Man gets to just kill you for that. Like, it's just so good. But speaking of so good, Pyra's sword is huge.
Hey, he actually up-B'd in the blast zone. I was taking a close look at it, because that one looked like it might barely kill, too. And Blitz pulling himself in with that special pull into the blast zone. Down tilt is still hilarious to see every time it does connect. But
when you use a lot of special moves in Ultimate out of knockback, when you have so much momentum, it actually conserves your momentum slightly longer.
Yeah, it's definitely something that will trip you up on occasion. And so far, Blitz looking very familiar to when he's beaten Blank in the recent sets. Like I said, the last I think 3 times that these two have fought, Blitz has won, and that including the round robin week as well. But he has been undefeated against them so far. But Blank has been looking better. It just feels like Blitz has a better understanding of how to not freak out when you're constantly getting kind of punted around by Mythra. Because the issue isn't Mythra, it's Pyra.
No, I mean, I mean, the issue's both of them. Like,
Well,
let's
in
be
this
real.
matchup specifically,
Yeah.
because against everyone else, yes, but Mythra, you need Blitz around 150 before Mythra is gonna try and find kills. Oh, a little bit too far away, getting pushed away just far enough. So
he started that drifting back and didn't just hold forward the whole time. He altered his drift very quickly, but wasn't able to find it. Blitz has opted away from using Leaf Shield on stage, on shield so much in this match, and that's the first Foresight we've seen game number 2. And really it's been the difference of our right? Blank got so much off of Foresight game 1, and the fact that he hasn't been able to capitalize is just a really good adjustment from Blitz.
And that's what Blake wanted at the end of game 1. He wanted that shield poke with that Prominence Revolt to steal the game away from him, but it actually what gave him the stock. And now, of course, the consistent bread and butter strings from Mythra being so good. Leaf Shield does even it actually slightly, gives him a slight lead, but I still think just in terms of the way that they're playing, I feel more confident in Blake's ability to close this game out at the moment, which is why Blitz has kind of recognized that and he's going way more defensive now.
Yeah, I was going to say, in terms of the aggressive play, I absolutely agree. But when Blitz is starting to just stops interacting with Blank, and he's doing such a good job of catching Blank's approaches, this is Pyra territory now. This is so incredibly scary. The F-tilt's not going to do it, but down tilt, back air, you're just out of percent range for that to be a confirm anymore. Or Crash Bomber, down air, allowing you to get back and the... Oh,
we said before, it's safe on shield. You expect it, you could try to punish it, and then you just get caught, but the up tilt wasn't enough. Down air at the ledge will take it down tilt, up air, but a little bit too far out of range.
He's in the upper end of that percent range, but with rage, it pushed him out of it, and really good awareness from Blitz. But that time, he goes, that's a little bit preemptive on that up smash, uses his stock for, and that's actually been the case with Blitz. In a lot of the games he's lost tonight, is he starts trying to read a jump out of shield and loses because his opponent just does nothing.
That was also very similar fashion to the way that Blank lost game 1. Blank was looking for a punish that could happen off a shield, that's shield poke, and then in game number 2 here, it was Blitz who tried to get him on the jump out call, and that cost him. Like you said, that's what happened with Ling earlier. He almost got it a few times, but then it got to the point where Ling was just like, I'm going to keep holding shield. Like, what are you going to do about it? Grab doesn't kill me here.
This is also, right, and one of Blitz's, even though he's leveled up so much in the last couple of months, it's one of his lingering habits is how much he loves up smash. And players are finally starting to catch...
It's a good move, so, like, I mean, you can't really blame him.
But he uses it way more than... Again, right? Any other Mega Man.
Yeah.
And CT is finally starting to catch on to that. Finally starting to punish him for all of those up smashes he's throwing out.
Yeah, it's very, very solid behavior from everyone else starting to adapt to it because Mega Man is a very weird character to fight. He's a very weird matchup to get used to, especially Blitz's Mega Man. He's super aggressive most of the time. He's only forced to play passive against characters like this and people like Blank and Ling's inherent nature to just play well on defense. So it's been fun to watch his evolution, but also everyone else's understanding of Mega Man, period, over the past few months.
What's really impressive there is Blank was trying to punish the re-grab of Metal Blade, but it glancing blowed the shield and bounced too far away for him to get the punish he intended. However, racking up the damage now, this game is still even, but it's Blitz with the stage control. Beautiful air dodge from Blank to shift that momentum horizontally, get through the wind box of that up air. It can be so scary if you get caught air dodging or fast falling where you commit your momentum, but Blank not getting caught in the trap, finding his way back to stage.
He's got him at 129, so like that a Pyra forward air is coming soon, but he's not really been able to do too much to kind of get like Blitz back over the side. Back air will actually just do it though.
And that switch was just that was a switch that you make as a read, right? It was an aggressive switch. It comes in your expect, and you just find those iframes and then whiff punish their option, and beautiful stuff from Blank and picking up right where he left off, getting an extended juggle. Blitz finally ceding stage control to find his way back down, but again can't close that corner situation and still has another opportunity here on the coast to coast, but again just hasn't been able to close it out. These backers just not doing it across the stage.
Sitting at 165 against Mega Man is actually incredibly surprising. Nothing off the frame trap. Actually, not really a true frame trap. There's a little bit of delay that comes from that forward smash. So Blank trying to build up. That back throw still not even enough to do it there either.
No, it is not. Aegis at 183 is not something you see very often, and now he's just still living.
The look on his face, the hand went up in the player cam when that didn't kill. It's like a come on type moment now.
Right, PS2 is a big stage, and people forget that. This character's not super light. She is a fast faller.
I feel that though, at like 190.
But 190, that's a move that is at that angle, right, is really dependent on that vertical knockback because she's a fast faller, or she's gonna die later vertically and faster, right? Or yeah, she's gonna die later vertically.
I'm starting to see it in Blitz's behavior. He's playing frustrated. He's throwing out a lot of straight hits. That down air finally did it, but there was like 5 to 6 straight attempts of just throwing something out with nothing behind it, and luckily he was able to get it done. But and he's sitting at 140 in exchange.
Yep, but now though, right, the fact that he finally found it right after he wanted to maybe will help calm him back down. And we're starting to see him play with that patience. As however, again, getting a little bit antsy. It was a little hard to tell whether that was actually intended to be a pellet or if he was trying to pick up the metal blade. Either way, Blank covering it and Blitz on his stock.
Blitz is looking to hunt one away right now. He's got a good ledge trap going. He's looking to try and push him over the ledge, but Blitz making one final mistake. Luckily, he didn't really take too much out of it, but also nice job moving around that. As soon as as soon as he saw that get activated, he's like, okay, let me just jump over it, keep the sleeve shield going, and not too much. The Vortex haven't really led to an incredibly high amount compared to what we've seen previously.
Yeah, no, and speaking of, though, Blank trying again, but this time it's ready for it, holding on to the leaf shield to be able to still whiff punish, and again, just trying to find his way out, but Blanks has been so efficient on these juggles.
It doesn't find it over. I've been waiting. I've literally been waiting for him to do that for this entire set. He finally did it. Thank you. But it doesn't connect. Back throw, of course, isn't going to find its mark because you would think that that's got more down, end lag than it does, but it's really minimal. This character's frame data is just beautiful in all regards. I like the stall attempt of trying to go for the neutral B to mix it up, but Blitz said, all right, well, I can just do it again.
As soon as Blank started to fast fall there, Blitz double jumped and did it and said, okay, either you're going to go low and you're going to stall and then I get another one, or you're going to jump into this and you're going to die. Alright, so really good stuff from Blitz, recognizing that fast fall, all adopting very quickly. The switch gonna get away without a punishment on that down air. It's one of the few ways in this game you can consistently punish that and just, again, it feels like Blitz hasn't been able to consistently make Blank uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
Hold him in the corner.
That's the hardest part about playing against Pyra, like a good Pyra Mythra period, is that there's no real world where they feel uncomfortable outside of all stage, because their frame data is just that much better than you. They can safely poke on shield and pretty much have nothing happen. So having someone like Mega Man who will kind of assault you with pellets from a distance, it doesn't lead to a lot. When they get close to you, that's when you're going to get the job done. That's why Blank has been fine. But the grab does finally find its mark, and it gives Blitz very, very short-lived stage control.
Yeah, just finding the forward back air, just a 1-2 piece for that stage control again, and the Pyra F tilt gonna close it out. Blank winning counter pick advantage, which is not nothing between two players, right, of this caliber who've played each other so often, being able to have the extra game to work with, where you can go to a stage you are very comfortable with to close it out, can be all the difference. On the flip side, if Blitz wins this game, he has momentum.
Sure, I mean, Blitz is not out of it by any means. This is a losers finals, so there is a best of 5 going on now. But it has been a very taxing one, to the point where I think literally either one of these two, whoever wins, is going to be going in and getting stomped game 1 by Ling, because they're going to be so burnt from how close this has been so far. Usually you say, oh, you know, they're running off a loser's run high at the moment. They're feeling good. They're going to be able to make a comeback. But it has been so difficult for these. We saw a stock go away at 204. like last game. That will mentally tax you.
Oh, it absolutely will, and I think the thing here as well, right, is Mega Man is a character that relies so much on being able to get that mental tax in reverse, but when things stop or off working, when these punishes come through, right, you just, and you get foresighted over and over, you just start playing very frustrated, and with Mega Man, it's very hard.
Speaking of stop working, my brain has been like kerfuffled for a little bit here. That crash bomber didn't go off before. He jumped over with Leaf Shield, and nothing activated.
I saw that. I have no idea what happened.
I have questions, and usually I say I don't want the answers to them, but I need the answer to that one. What the hell just happened?
I don't know, but this is the type of thing where, you know, after the match we go ask Blitz and be like, hey, do you know what happened? And then if that doesn't happen,
I wish I had replay text so I could actually take a look at it, but well,
for the future.
Yes, for eventually down the line.
TM.
Let's talk to one Devin to teach me the way.
Shout out House. Hashtag unban the House Twitter account, please.
Yeah, that's actually still annoying that they're still banned. But the back air coming through and a downer, good coverage, of course. But the routes Blank knows. He just knows how to hover right in and get around that.
Yeah, no finding and looking for that Metal Blade there, but Blank able to find a punish on the catch, convert it into the stock, and things are starting to get a little bit out of hand for Blitz. He's racking up all that damage, but again, wasn't able to find the kill. Finally doing so there, getting a back air, and that is, I think, what he needed. If that stock drew itself out again, I think it would have been the end for Blitz.
Yeah, I think so. And for Blitz now, going for the short hop forward airs, just trying to build up damage on while he can. But it's been a little bit difficult to do that consistently, but I still think that it's been pretty impressive with the way he's been trying to stay calm, even in the nature of getting juggled like crazy by Mythra. This is once again, we're at 4 minutes 40 seconds, and we're still barely even get ready to lose this second stock.
Yeah, this is, I think, where Blitz is starting to recognize that his win condition in Game 1 really was how drawn out these stocks went, how hard it was to interact, because even though, like, knowing that Blank's a defensive player, Mega Man's tools also really want to slow the game down. Blitz is realizing that he's capable of forcing this match to go to time if he takes advantage of Blank's innate playstyle preference.
Yeah, and not too much coming off of Blitz finding a stray jab block a little while ago too. So it looks like he's trying to play more of the let me go for the moves that are after rather than the initial, so he could get some type of conditioning going maybe for game number 5 if he could get it to game 5 in the first place. Backdoor won't be enough to find it yet, Ritual, but he has an opportunity for down air, but Blank's timing has just been so good to get around that.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to find those down air confirms at all this set. Blitz has just been so good at mixing up his DI, his positioning, and where Blank can't, just hasn't been able to confirm. Now with the situation at the corner, this is an opportunity for Blitz to find it, getting it with the Hadouken again, and
that was good.
Blitz
I like that. It's been a while since he's gone for a dash back, like a dash out, dash back in forward smash mix up on that. So finally pulling it back out, and he's got. I feel like more confidence in the movement right now. I won't say much about the lead, which is now gone, but it feels more confident in the way he's approaching.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that lead, even though it didn't last and wasn't able to become significant, and did what it needed to do. It gave Blitz his confidence back.
Yeah.
And it's so rare that you have an opportunity to reset and resettle mid-match. And doing so can sometimes be what you need in as long a bracket as it can be. Fighting your way to grands through losers like this is. Now with 2:42 on the clock, time could become a factor, but only if Blitz is playing defensive. He has to get out of this juggle. Finds a drag down confirm into the grab, finds stage control into the.
That's huge damage.
Tech.
That foresight actually helped him a ton because he was getting controlled. He had the jumps burned, so he was forced to have to take every hit.
I was gonna say without that foresight, I think he probably ends up dead there.
He might have, because he would have had to take he probably would have had to take a hit from a forward smash on the way he landed back down. He would have had to air dodge
or a back air or forward air putting you off stage, and then you have to contend with that down air. I think that's probably where Blitz would have gone considering the platform, but. As it stands, both these players approaching kill percent. The Tatsu coming out.
coming through. Oh, yeah, that's like toss it back. Up smash won't be enough yet on Mega Man, but 119 on both sides. And who's gonna get the job done is the big factor here. This is now Pyra KO percentages. This is very dangerous, of course, for Pyra still too, because we're at Sawblade Bear.
The thing that's really impressing me right now from Blank is the way he's just aligning, or he was aligning himself with that interior edge of the platform, keeping Blitz in the corner, but all it takes is a Metal Blade. The fact that you can throw that item in any direction, control space, Ace item throws come out so fast. It's its own hitbox. It's very active.
See,
finding the confirmed beautiful stuff.
For me, Sawblade Bear was on the menu, but I didn't expect it to be a downwards toss on it. I thought he was going to cover that on a roll from roll distance, but I feel like that was the obvious play. So when he went into a jump, I don't think Blank thought about it either. It's like, oh, he's not covering that with Sawblade on a toss back anymore, but he got it on the grounded version downward, which I forgot could confirm off of that.
Because also when they jump, right? You expect Mega Man, when Mega Man jumps like that, you expect him to either Leaf Shield or Z-Drop Metal Blade. It's very rare you see Mega Man throw it downwards, which gives a whole different set of confirms, and I think Blank kind of probably got a little bit caught up in, okay, what do I do if there's a Leaf Shield? What if I do if there's a Z-Drop?
Yeah,
I just forgot the third
I
one.
won't even call it a ton of vision on it either. I think it was just good on Blitz to make him think about the 3 other dangerous parts about that and forget the 4th one. Yeah. Which is exactly the only reason why we're still here in a game number 5 now. It's been fun watching these two go back and forth now, because even though Blitz has won the last few times, remember, we got to recall, Blank beat him 4 years straight. Like, not even just like a ton of times. It was just 4 years straight of never beating him. And the fact that we're now seeing these intense game 5s just goes to show the growth rates, because there's so much room for when you have a play like a rivalry like this to push each other that much further.
Yeah, no, and as well, just the defensive play from both these players is so impressive. We've really gotten to see what's really, I think, a capsule of how high-level players view the game in terms of a process that normally is a little too fast to really break down, but in this set has been kind of slowed down by the way both the players and their characters really approach the matchup, such that you really can kind of see how people option select, how they position, how they look for stage control, and really where top players find so much off of just literally pushing their left stick around.
Yeah, and like it's really the truth. Like, this movement is king in this game. Well,
speaking of,
can't move around that one. That was a rare mistake. High side B that finally got punished, because Blitz has been so good at going low almost every time, but it was almost always with Pyra.
Yeah, no, sending Aegis on a little bit of a detour down to the blast zone there. Mega Man activating Traffic Cop mode for just a minute. Holding that DI out, allowing him to get out of that tech chase by landing on the platform, finding the grab to get a reversal here, but
missing the tech in place grab. That could have given him I mean, it wouldn't have given him like much of a lead shot, but it would probably equal to about 30. Speaking of 30, they'll still manage to find it.
Yeah, and now he has the opportunity to get juggled again. Blank has racked on so much percent, finding his way out of it. Beautiful mix-up of the Leaf Shield. He's went away from it. That time Blank not ready. Now with the Crash Bomber, that's going to prevent yet another juggle. And we're finally in this game 5 seeing Blitz start to implement counterplay so that he gives Blank less opportunities to get these juggle situations.
Yeah, sitting at 79% of 96. We're starting to get the quick strings coming in from Mythra, but the danger zone, of course, belongs to Pyra. We are now at down tilt up air windows, which is why Pyra is going to now show back up, trying to get a down air from the ledge, keep himself safe. Blitz can't really afford to trade with him too much, but he did just sneak in with that forward air, and he sneaks in again just through that down tilt. But oh, what a mix-up! That was so smart. He walked away instead of going for the initial, threatening option after ripping the jump, and just he knew that he was going to try and answer that back.
And he's done it a couple other times this bracket where he will dash back and pick something, but he's never started with the F smash. He's never just called someone out with a raw F smash at all tonight. Blank not expecting it, losing the stock, and Blitz having an opportunity to seal a lead and find some significant extra credit here.
Yeah, and Blitz doing his damnedest to try and keep this win streak that he has against Blank still going to get that coveted Grand Finals match against Ling. Once again, it's kind of become the new Ling Light of late around here. But Blank trying to have his own, his own matchup against Ling in a while. But first, he's got to get rid of this one, and that F tilt still won't be enough.
Yeah, beautiful jump buffer from Blitz, along with great DI to survive for just a minute, but killing you off the top. There's no way out of that one.
Out in the camera, deep breath, deep sigh, trying to make sure that he stays calm. But Blank over there, very stoic as usual. Blank doesn't really show a whole lot of emotions usually when he's up there. He's very, very business.
And on the flip side, you see Blitz when he starts to get really intense in his play. He starts to move his shoulders a lot more. He starts to hunch forward. You see him there.
That's the gamer lean
I was
right
gonna say,
there.
but it's beyond the gamer lean. When he starts to...
It's Baja lean.
When he starts to get...
That's blast mode we're looking at. Blast mode Blitz.
blast mode Blitz coming in clutch, trying to find another down air. He's found so much off of those, but this time Blank ready, getting the advantage state. That could have been something scary, but the air dodge is going to go unpunished.
Blank's grabs at ledge have been so good. He's been catching them almost every time for it. That down air, and now up smash on the read will do it, and that's going to be Blank getting the W once again. Finally, after the last few times taking the W over Blank, you can see the frustration on Blitz's face. Definitely not the happiest in the world about that one.
Not only was it, the first time in a while, that was the first time also that Blank actually confirmed something off down air. He's been trying. He's been trying and trying and trying.
That is very true,
Finally got one when it mattered most.